Welcome to another drawing from Let's Have Fun Drawing Together. Let's dive right into today's story.
Abu, the unexpected hero. Abu is more than just a capuchin monkey. He is the soul of adventure and loyalty incarnate. His bright eyes hide the cunning of a consummate thief and the warmth of a loyal friend. Although his love of riches and shiny objects often get him into trouble, Abu Pa always finds a way to redeem himself with courage and heart. As Aladdin's constant companion, he has proven that size does not define courage. But this story will show us a different side of Abu, one where he doesn't just accompany, but leads. Chapter 1. A Life on the Streets of Agrabah. The sun of Agrabah bathed the city in a golden light, making the rooftops shine and highlighting the colorful fabrics in the markets. The streets were full of life. Merchants shouting to attract customers, children running between the stalls, and endless aromas filling the air with spices and sweets. Amidst this chaos, a small, agile, and cunning figure moved with impeccable precision. It was Abu Ghil, leaping from one awning to another with the agility of a dancer. With a banana in one hand and a shiny coin in the other, Abu felt in his element. He watched the merchants' movements intently, always looking for the perfect opportunity to get his next treasure. However, a woman dressed in a dark, mysterious cloak walked through the market with a chest adorned in gold and precious stones. Abu, unable to resist his curiosity, decided to follow her. As the woman slipped through a dark alley, Abu watched from the shadows. She murmured words in a language Abu didn't understand, and the chest began to emit a faint glow. To Abu, this was an irresistible invitation. Without hesitation, he jumped onto the chest, yanked it open, and saw something that perplexed him. There were no jewels, just a strange amulet that glowed with a golden light. Chapter 2. The Enchanted Chest. Abu took the amulet in his small hands and examined it carefully. It was a beautiful object, with intricate engravings that seemed to tell an ancient story. But before he could do anything else, a deafening roar echoed through the alley. The woman looked at him with panic-filled eyes. "What have you done, you reckless little monkey?" she screamed. "That amulet is cursed. Now you have unleashed its power." Abu tried to give the amulet back, but something strange happened. An invisible energy surrounded him, and the world around him seemed to fade away. A deep voice echoed in his mind. "Abu, you little thief. You are now the guardian of this power. Use it wisely or face the consequences." When the energy disappeared, Abu found himself alone in the alley. The woman and the chest were gone, and the amulet now hung around his neck as if it had always been there. Abu didn't understand what had just happened, but he knew there was something special and dangerous about the object he had taken. Chapter 3. The Amulet's Curse of Rested. That night, as he rested in his hiding place on the rooftops of Agrabah, Abu PM began to notice strange things. For one, he could hear sounds he hadn't heard before. The murmur of mice in the streets, the soft hum of insects, even the whisper of the wind. But the most shocking thing happened when a flock of birds flew past him. One of them landed on a nearby post, and, to his surprise, Abu understood clearly what it was saying. "What a strange night. It seems that the city is busier than ever," commented the bird. Abu, confused, instinctively replied, "Can you talk?" The bird looked at him in surprise. "You too? How strange. Monkeys don't usually talk back." Abu soon realized that the amulet had granted him the ability to communicate with other animals. Although he was initially excited by his new ability, his enthusiasm quickly faded when a group of shadowy figures appeared on the streets. They were bandits, led by an imposing man named Zafar, who seemed to be searching for something. "Find the amulet!" Zafar ordered his men. "That object contains a power that can give us unimaginable riches." Abu, terrified, gripped the amulet tightly and hid in the shadows. He knew he had to stay out of reach, but he also understood that the amulet was a danger in the wrong hands. Chapter 4. Unexpected Allies. The next morning, Abu Jadi decided to leave the city. He knew he couldn't stay in Agrabah while Zafar and his men were searching for him. On his way to the outskirts, he came across a group of stray animals. A cat named Zahra, who was just as agile as Abu, a falcon named Farid, with impressive eyesight, and an old dog named Karim, who, although slow, had a wisdom that impressed everyone. With his new ability to talk to them, Abu Kamakrai explained his situation. The animals, intrigued by the amulet's story, decided to help him. Zahra took it upon herself to investigate the bandits' movements in the city, Farid flew to scout the terrain outside Agrabah, and Karim, with his experience, helped Abu plan his next move. "If you want to protect that amulet, you need a place to hide it," Karim said. "But it won't be easy. Zafar won't give up that easily." Together, they formed a team. Although they were small and unimpressive compared to Zafar and his men, they knew that by working together, they could take on any threat. Chapter 5. The Trap at the Oasis. Abu Hal and his team decided to head to the oasis outside of Agrabah, a secluded place that Karim remembered from his younger days. According to the old dog, the oasis had a series of hidden caves that could serve as the perfect hiding place for the amulet. However, they knew that Zafar and his men weren't far away, and they needed to act cautiously. The group arrived at the oasis at dusk. The moonlight reflections on the water made the place look peaceful, but Abu felt that something was out of place. Zahra was the first to notice the footprints near the water. "Someone else has been here," said the cat, sniffing the ground cautiously. Farid, standing on top of a palm tree, confirmed the suspicion. "I see shadows moving nearby. We are not alone." Karim suggested an idea. "Use the amulet as bait to lure the bandits into one of the caves and trap them there." Although the plan was risky, Abu Siskaya agreed. He felt responsible for protecting the amulet, and he knew he had to face the danger. The team worked quickly. Zahra and Karim took it upon themselves to leave false clues leading to one of the deeper caves, while Farid flew in circles to keep an eye on the bandits' movements. Finally, Abu positioned himself near the entrance, the amulet glowing on his chest. It wasn't long before Zafar and his men appeared, following the clues. "There's the monkey!" one of them shouted. Zafar smiled wickedly. "You won't be able to escape this time, you little thief." Abu let them get close enough before giving the signal. With a nimble leap, he disappeared into the cave, leading them to the trap. When all the men were inside, Karim and Zahra dropped a pile of rocks, blocking the entrance. "Let us out!" Zafar roared from inside, but Abu and his friends were already far away, laughing at their victory. Chapter 6. The Secret of the Amulet. Back at the oasis, the group finally had a moment to breathe. Abu took the amulet in his hands and looked at it more closely. Farid, curious, asked, "What do you think is hidden in this object? If it is so powerful, it must have a purpose." Karim, wisely, recalled an ancient legend about an amulet that had the power to reveal the deepest desires of those who wore it. "But that power is not a gift," the dog warned. "Hey. It is a test. Those who wear it must prove themselves worthy of wielding it." Suddenly, the amulet began to glow brightly. Abu felt a warmth run through his body, and in an instant, he had a vision. He saw himself not as a thief or an opportunist, but as a protector, someone who used his cunning and bravery to help others. When the vision ended, Abu Fan looked at his friends. "I believe this amulet is not just an object of power. It is a call to be something greater." Zahra nodded. "So we must protect it, not just from Zafar, but from anyone who tries to use it for evil." Chapter 7. Zafar's Attack. Unbeknownst to Abu Kaik and his friends, Zafar had managed to escape the trap in the cave. With fury burning in his eyes, he gathered more men and tracked Abu Kaik into the oasis. At dawn, the sound of horse hooves and the clash of swords woke the group. "They're coming for the amulet!" Farid shouted from his lookout position. The team knew they couldn't take on the bandits in direct combat, so they came up with a last-minute plan. Karim suggested using the oasis water to create distractions, while Zahra took care of hiding the amulet in a safe place. Abu, meanwhile, decided to confront Zafar directly. With his wits and agility, he managed to keep the bandit leader busy, drawing him away from his friends. "Give me the amulet, you useless monkey!" Zafar roared, chasing him across the rocks. "If you want it, you'll have to catch me first," Abu replied bravely, leaping from branch to branch. Chapter 8. The Final Decision. When Zafar finally cornered Abu, the little monkey did something unexpected. He took the amulet and raised it toward the sky. A blinding light enveloped the area, and a voice echoed from the amulet. Zafar, your greed has brought you to this moment. Power does not belong to those who desire it out of selfishness. Zafar tried to take the amulet, but the light rejected him, leaving him stunned. Instead, the amulet glowed brighter around Abu Hali, as if recognizing his bravery and selflessness. The bandits, seeing what had happened, fled in terror. Zafar, defeated, disappeared into the shadows of the desert. Chapter 9. The Return to Agrabah. With the danger over, Abu and his team returned to Agrabah as heroes. Although no one knew exactly what they had done, the animals felt they had accomplished an important mission. "What will you do with the amulet now?" asked Zara. "I think its place is not with me," Abu replied. "It should be hidden where no one can use it for evil." With Karim's help, the amulet was buried in a secret location, protected by the sands of time. Chapter 10. A New Beginning. Although the adventure was over, Abu felt that something inside him had changed. He was no longer just a cunning thief. He now saw the world with new eyes, looking for ways to help, instead of just take. "Maybe I'm not as small as I thought," he said, looking out at the horizon.
Thank you for watching. Watch another video on our channel. Let's have fun drawing together, where another unique character embarks on a new adventure.